EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for February 16th, 2021. I'm experimenting with a new video format here, as you can see. And this is for the first time. We're going to have, this is behind me is my home office here, and you'll get a quick glimpse for this for one day. I'm going to plan on having a green screen behind me tomorrow. But this will have the models as we normally have them every single day. It has my current conditions up here in Whitehall, which is still below freezing. We're getting some freezing rain currently across our region. The radar is further, below me here on this image. So this is what I'm going to be doing going forward. Just going to have a green screen behind me going forward behind this, or after today, I should say. But I wanted to experiment with this today because this is kind of a really neat program that I'm using. I'm going to be using two monitors here, though, so it's going to be a little confusing for me. I have to go back and forth. I have actually three monitors here, but I'm going to use two for the video, so I'm not completely confused. So everything I do on this screen over here is going to show up on this screen here, okay? So anyway, let's get into the models discussion for today. Now, we did have a warm surge of air come in last night, a little bit more than I thought it would be, and we were kind of making an argument maybe the cold air damming would hold on a little bit longer, and the valley locations would hold on to those, colder temperatures a little bit longer. So far, they are here. As you can see, I have 31.5. I mean, it's still below freezing, and it's just a quarter after midnight here. So I'm still not above freezing yet, but we're going to be soon. I went up about a degree in the last hour, so I do expect to change into rain. So that is going to work out where most of us are going to change over to rain here by the time we get to the morning. That is a good thing. A lot of people have asked me why did you go, keep your ice map together and intact and not change it and lower the amounts. I think that just the map is there for awareness and communication. I will always err on the higher side of icing accrual, because if I start lowering things, it gives people a false sense of security, thinking that, okay, well, now things are good, I can go out and drive and do whatever. And I did not want to convey that message. The National Weather Service made that same decision not to drop the ice storm warnings for that same reason, because it kind of conveys the message that, okay, everything's great now, and it's not great. So we wanted to make sure we kept that messaging together. Even though the amounts might be slightly higher, there's no difference really if you're driving between 0.05 inches of ice accrual and a quarter inch. There's no difference. Ice is ice. A littlest amount of ice, smallest amount of ice, can cause problems. So that map was not changed because of that, but we are going to be rain in most areas as this ends early, and this is looking at 6 a.m. moving us forward from 6 to 9. And it's already out of here. So that's going to be it. That's all we have for the rain today. And then clouds are going to decrease, and skies are going to become partly cloudy this afternoon. So we'll get over to the GFS. Again, big picture here. This is the GFS projection here. And you see this primary low never transferred over like we expected it to. So that held in the warm air longer when it came in last night. And since there's no secondary development, that just, it's just flooded the area with warm air, and we couldn't overcome that. So that's a good thing. If we have less freezing rain, that's good. Now going forward, Wednesday is going to be a mostly sunny day. We have high pressure briefly moving in. We have this next system coming in for Thursday, and this is going to be a different evolution because the heights are going to be lowered behind this first system exiting. So when the system exits here, you see the 546 line, which is going to keep going back and forth these screens here. It's going to confuse the heck out of me. There's the 546 line right there, okay? And so as you move forward, watch where that goes. That's going to move down further to the south and be down here instead. So what that does is it brings colder air in here for Wednesday. So Wednesday's going to be struggling to get to freezing. That's going to be antecedent cold air ahead of our next system. So this time it's going to start as snow. And this is the latest GFS that ran this evening. This is the 0Z run. It has snow coming in here early to mid-morning on Thursday, and then pretty much snowing the entire day across much of the interior. It will change over to sleet and freezing rain at some point. I'll give you a zoomed-in version of this. But there's the newer GFS is suggesting that even along I-95 is going to remain frozen for this entire event here. As you can see here, there's really no changeover, and it goes over to light freezing rain, first sleet, then light freezing rain, and then the system pulls away, and it ends that way. There's no change over to rain with that. So that's a possibility. Everything has been trending today with a generally weaker system, flatter, more progressive, and not as amped, and that is why you're getting a colder solution. So as I move into this a little bit closer, here's a look at Thursday morning. You have the snow coming in early to mid-morning, and it overspreads the area and pushes in, and then you get some moderate or maybe even heavier precipitation falling as snow as we head toward the evening. Then we start to see a change over to sleet further south, and that's going to spread northward overnight. You're going to get some freezing rain in these areas here, and then still rain down here in far southern New Jersey and Delaware, but as this pulls away here, it ends as freezing rain even along the I-95 corridor, as you can see there. So that's something you have to look for. We're going to have to look for trends over the next 24 to 36 hours, but we will have a map out most likely later on Tuesday, which will give us our initial thoughts on this system in particular. First stab at the NAM 3 kilometer coming in, showing the same thing. You get that surge of snow here on the end here and a healthy amount of it on the front end. So I think this is something it can very easily dump 3 to 6, 4 to 8 inches of snow on the front end, and then before you see any kind of change over to sleet and or freezing rain. Okay, so this could be more of a snowmaker this time, but you will have some frozen precipitation to deal with in some areas. So we're going to narrow that down over the next couple of days and kind of work that out, because there's a lot of different solutions with this particular system. But most guidance is suggesting you're going to have that front end thump of snow. How big is it? Again, could be a 3 to 6, 4 to 8 deal. Could be 1 to 3. Depends on how fast that changes over. So we have to wait and see how that all plays out. And then beyond this system here, once this system pulls away, we will have a nice weekend with cold temperatures, but we're going to have partly cloudy, partly to mostly sunny skies both Saturday and Sunday, and temperatures in the low to mid 30s generally. And then once we get to Monday, we have another system coming at us that could bring us a little bit of snow on Sunday night that may mix with or change to rain on Monday itself, and that's going to be the end of our forecast period. I do think it changes to rain here as it gets a little bit warmer. We're going to have a lot more marginal systems going forward, but I do think this is another one that starts off as snow. It does not look like at this time it's going to be a big system. So this is my first trial run for the video. Let me know what you think. But this is what we're going to be using going forward. Again, tomorrow I'll have a green screen behind me, so you don't have to see my Bowflex system back here that is collecting dust because it hasn't been used in a while. But I'll have the green screen next time, and this is just kind of like a trial run to see how this went. I just want to hear your feedback from this video. Let me know how you like it, and if you want me to continue with this kind of setup going forward. I think most of you will, so I think we're going to go forward with this. I like this setup a lot. Just have to get used to the two-screen deal here. But that's all I have for today. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich. That is your outlook for February 16th, 2021. Have a great Tuesday.